We at Boeing have a real challenge. If we are to be successful in the future, we must do what other world-class companies around the world have done, and that is to provide our customers with more value at less cost. Our challenge will be to ensure that our customers prefer Boeing airplanes over those of our competitors. To do that means we must have reliable methods and processes, both in the factory and in the office. That is the reason for CQI, continuous quality improvement. And one of the methods that a lot of great companies have used are the 5 S's: sorting, simplifying, sweeping, standardizing, and self-discipline. World-class companies use these 5 S's as a way to organize their work, to make it more effective and efficient and safer. Many Boeing organizations are already implementing the 5 S's with tremendous results. Less clutter in the workplace, improved safety on the job, improved reliability of machines and equipment, and improved employee morale and working relationships. Each one of us has to play a part in making that happen. If we do what we can with CQI and the 5 S's, we can affect the competitiveness of the Boeing company.
Initially, I thought the 5 S's were just another one of those things that we're going to do to make upper management happy and all.
The thought of working out of a community toolbox didn't seem possible.
And our feeling, or my feeling about it was, we don't have time to mess with this. We have a lot of parts to build and deadlines to meet.
I didn't have a good feeling about it. I felt it would just be a waste of my time. I just wanted to do my work, and I thought it was just going to be another program that would come and go.
Currently, I'm glad we got rid of the personal toolboxes because now I see we don't need them. I have my shadow board, has all the tools I need to do my job.
So we've had plenty of time to see that it actually does work. So we're pretty excited about it, and it's part of our everyday process now.
And it makes our work easier. I can go home at night feeling that I've accomplished something rather than looking around for something all day long.
Now everything's very well organized, and it makes our jobs go much smoother.
These two groups of Boeing employees have been practicing the 5 S's for some time, and they're experiencing the results every day. What changed their initial opinions about the 5 S's, and what's happened to their work environments along the way? Well, both groups work inside this building, but their work areas and processes are very different. One's a manufacturing area, the other an office environment. Now, in this video, we're going to find out about each group's experiences with the 5 S's. We'll see some of what they've accomplished, and we'll hear from them how their jobs have been affected. Now, just inside this door is the area where the main landing gear door is assembled for the 757. The area's employees started their 5S activities about a year and a half ago. Now, since then, their area has changed dramatically.
Before we implemented the 5 S's, our area was pretty much a mess. We didn't know it at that time, but we had workbenches that were serving as benches, tool storage, lunch tables. We were storing parts on them. Just about wherever we could put something, that's where it went.
The first step to making changes in the area was the first S, sorting.
It was actually a lot of fun. It was surprising in the end when we had sorted everything that we deemed unnecessary. The big pile of stuff we had in the middle of the floor was just amazing. We had 2 or 3 SA dollies full of stuff that was carted out of here that we had decided weren't really a necessary part of our process. It was really amazing.
In the beginning, it was hard to get rid of things, but when we looked at the reality of the issue, we had to decide, do we need it? And if we don't need it, we get rid of it. If we do need it, we need to decide how much of it we need to keep in the area, and we need to have a permanent location for it.
Okay, guys, the first thing we're going to do is the first S, sorting. And the way we'll get started in order to
Sorting is not a one-time thing in this area. Several times since their initial sorting, they've repeated the process, and in doing so have removed even more unnecessary stuff. The process starts with agreeing on sorting criteria and designating areas for small teams to tackle.
How often do you use it? Do you use it at least weekly?
The team members touch every item in their assigned area and decide if it's really needed. If they think an item is not needed, it's tagged with a Post-it note and brought to a holding area.
Sounds good. What are these? We use them? I don't know what they are. Let's tag them and we'll find out. Okay, sounds good.
Later, the entire group reassembles and holds a sorting auction. Now, through the auction, they must reach agreement on whether the tagged items are indeed unnecessary.
Nobody uses it anymore.
Oh, let's get rid of it.
Get rid of it?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we have 3 boxes of these bolts. These are VG 10K 42s. Who uses these?
We do.
Everybody does?
Yeah, we use them on the main landing gear doors.
On the main landing gear door?
Yeah.
How often do you use it?
We use them, use the box up in a month probably.
Box in a month? So,
Yeah.
But you use them every day?
Yeah.
Well, what do you think? Think we ought to maybe take 1 box and leave it in the area and send the other 2 to surplus or to standards?
Yeah.
We have consensus. Everybody agree with that? It works here? Okay, great. Marty, I'd like you to take custody of this and find a proper location to properly identify those. Thank you. Ron, take these. All right.
Every tagged item goes through these same sorting criteria questions. Those that meet the criteria and are deemed necessary by the group are ready for the next S, simplifying.
Anybody use this?
Simplifying really means organizing and arranging everything that's needed so you can do the job efficiently and safely. The landing gear doors employees have created some excellent examples. They designed these mobile work tables for each of the door assembly tools. Attached to each table is a shadow board. It contains and organizes all the tools, drills, and bits they need to work on the door in that position.
When I go to reach for a certain tool, a drill motor, a screw gun, or anything like that, it's right. I know exactly where it is. I don't have to search.
Another shadow board mounted on a cart holds the drill plates that get mounted on the door assembly tool. Some of these plates weigh over 40 pounds. But because of their arrangement on the shadow board, there's no more bending and twisting required to lift them into place on the tool. And the cart's mobility saves a lot of steps toward carrying a heavy load. Notice that labels on both the plate and the shadow board make it clear where the plate belongs. Outlines on the floor clearly tell you where things that can be moved should be located. Everything from mobile racks for the doors to garbage cans and hazardous waste containers. And hazard stripes identify danger zones around equipment. Possibly the most significant change in the area is the disappearance of personal toolboxes. It's taken a while, but everyone has taken their toolboxes home.
I don't have a toolbox anymore. I can go into any area in this shop and work without my toolbox. I don't need it. Except for specialty things, and that's what our tool room's for.
To this area's employees, sweeping means something more than just pushing a broom. It includes an ongoing visual inspection of their work area.
When I sweep across my area and I notice something's out of place, I'll put it back in place. This is what keeps your area organized. So I visually sweep the area for anything that is out of place, including our shadow boards. If some motors are missing, they're usually on the bench somewhere. I'll grab them and put them back. This is something that I do throughout the day.
Of course, for a truly clean workplace, physical cleaning is also part of their sweeping routines.
The physical cleanup is a disciplined part of 5S, and you have to clean, you have to sweep. By the way we have our areas set up now, it's much easier. There's no clutter. It's not cluttered. There's not a lot of things around it on the floors, everywhere too. So the cleaning is real easy.
Since most of their equipment is on wheeled carts, the group can sweep and clean up more efficiently and thoroughly.
It's an ongoing thing. You can't just say, well, we clean up 15 minutes at the end of the shift. We don't do that. It's ongoing, always.
Standardizing means having a specific process that everyone follows. No variation. That process can change later, but for the time being, everyone sticks to a specific process. That's standardizing.
To assemble the main landing gear door, the mechanics use many different sized fasteners. The group has standardized the order in which boxes of fasteners are arranged on a mobile cart. This order matches the standardized sequence in which they install the fasteners in the door. Another example of standardizing are the shadow boards for the two door assembly tools. There are shadow boards for both the left and the right doors. The crew designed the layouts for these shadow boards to be identical. This standardization eliminates searching for tools when switching from work on one door to the other. As an outgrowth of their 5S activities, the group has also begun to standardize some of their work processes.
In the past, before the 5S's, we used to put tools or do our processes in any open space that we had on the floor. Doing the 5S's has really organized us. We now do our process flow. Our incoming comes in, it's identified, it goes straight into our tools, out of our tools, onto the floor to do the floor work, into seal, into paint. It's almost like a horseshoe effect.